What's up, everybody? And yes, I did it. I am a master of the Go. So yesterday I had or I have to say, last night I had a game where I actually managed to get 2 epic medals. As you can see, I managed to get a steel sword, which is a medal that you get for destroying a certain amount of enemies, and I also got a scout's crest, which goes for assistance. And as you can see, the little mark there means that I got a tier 1 mastery flag. So without further ado, let's dive into the replay and see how we managed to do this. Here we are loading in on Roughneck, Siberia. As you can see, I was playing with 2 of my friends from the battalion, Beck Samurai and Morvai. Both pretty good players, to be honest. And we were at the time actually trying to do a 20 kills mission for the battalion contract. So that's why you see we were kind of tryharding with double Gau and a K2. Main reason for that is because, of course, the Gau has the insane firepower that it has, and the K2's got the DPM to deal with some of the heavily armored MBTs. Let's fast forward a little bit. So what I always tend to do on this particular map is, in my Gau anyways, I want to try and make sure I get to the A9 area. Main reason for that is because there's often a lot of squishy targets. Like, I'm kind of expecting to see at least 1 light tank and an AFE there. And that's the sort of targets that I really like facing in my Gau. Same thing as well. It's like if you would sit here, you would be shooting at the front of that Leclerc T4. It's not really gonna be worth it. So instead you want to try and come wide and see if you can get side angles. And there we found our first victim. So that's an easy 2.3k damage. And 2 kills for the mission. So here I'm really desperately trying to get an angle on either the Type 10 or the Leclerc. However, that's not as easy because of the shorter view range, you can actually not see them. So I'm just being patient here. There's no point in rushing in, losing all my HP. TTB gets spotted. And there, of course, the Type 10 gets away on a slither of HP. I try and shoot through the building, but there's no opening. So here I'm just trying to blind shoot, and as you can see from the cap reset, I actually hit something. So I just try to continue to do that, but without success. That a Type 10 made a mistake, so I just finish him. Same goes for the TTB. So now I'm thinking, like, it's actually clear on 3 caps, so I wanna kind of push forward a little bit. So I smoke. doing that will usually make it so that the enemy misses. Finish the sniper. No point in being permanently lit. So we got information that the Potent Ball was there, but the Potent Ball was out already. And here I'm gonna try to use this rock in order to protect me from the rear, whilst I try dealing with Cornet and anything else that may push through, really. So a good thing about this rock is that it actually both conceals you from spotting as well as damage. So the enemy will probably be rushing into 2 without actually expecting me being here. Or there you can see the Lickler that actually went for 3 cap, and that didn't expect me being there, giving me an easy 3k damage. Same goes for the MGM. Here I get spotted from the side, but I really wanted to take out the MGM. Now that's a poke I should not have made, because now I can no longer take the shot from the XM. But the XM actually managed to bounce, so I finish him anyways. But then the Cornet comes and finishes me off. Samurai there doing his thing. More of a man getting nuked as usual. So yeah, I respawned. And here I'm thinking I kinda wanna go for 5. 4 is way too exposed to be sitting in a Gau. You're gonna get spotted from long range. And that's just not worth it. Like, the Gau works way better close up. Somehow our Poland Ball manages to die there to a Sphinx, even though he was full HP, but yeah, there's that. Though I just try to spray blindly. And I let Morvai Man and Samurai know I will take the Sphinx, you go for cap 5. So there, instantly smoke, try and get concealed. But of course the Cornet lands a double hit. There I actually get blind fired by an MGM. And I should not have stayed there, because the MGM saw the timer reset. So what I do is smoke. And I also got some help from Samurai there. And I put down the plane. Here I am 1 HP, so I'm just thinking like, you know what, I might just as well try and do a little bit more damage and then respawn again. It's way too far to go all the way back there for your repairs. So the way fast fire works on this thing is the hits do more damage. However, your gun overloads way faster and cools down slower as well. Meaning that there's less total potential before you overheat, if that makes sense. But you do your damage way quicker. There, the Sphinx got me. But as you can see, already up to 20k damage, which is not bad at all, to be honest. Let's look a little bit at more of our man here. And now I'm going back in. I know Morphin Man is going for 4, so I don't really feel like going to 4 is useful. Especially since there's close to no enemies at 4, meaning that for the mission of getting 20 kills in your platoon, it would be more beneficial for me to actually be going here. There I try and snipe an MGM, but as you can see, the accuracy is just not good enough at range. That's probably Samurai that designated that tank there, because the K2 gets designate target. So here I'm thinking, okay, I have to finish low HP first, just like in ranked. So I really want to make sure the XM's finished. And then I have the speed to just push the TTB. Type 10 easy engine shots, and I actually set them on fire as well, meaning that even though I stop firing, it gets taken down. Yeah, there the K2 came, but I switched to fast firing right before he came, so I took him down before he could even give the second shot. There's the MGM. So yeah, as you can see, the Gau is really a master at doing a lot of damage fast, especially in close range and on sides. The way that the armor decay works, because it's a Gatling gun, so it gets an armor decay mechanism, if you can call it that. So it will always do a little bit of damage, even if it's only a semi-pen. Meaning that just like that, you can just keep on firing, and even if it's like a semi-pen, I mean, it does a lot less damage, but it still does damage. And you shoot so many rounds that there's close to nothing that really can like stop your shells completely, unless it's like a 490 from the front. So here I'm just trying to get around the TTB. You have to excuse my camera handling there. But yeah, here I tell Samurai, like, you have to go to the cap. And I asked Morphin Man to go to the I0 area in the corner there, where the Wilk is. Because if you control that corner, where the Wilk is, the enemy will pretty much not be able to even finish capping, because it just keeps on getting reset, because you can work with the trees. As you can see, I'm making my way there as well. And I just finish off the Type 10 casually while driving, no problem whatsoever. Gau is balanced, and here I just blind fire, and I somehow managed to reset the cap. There, a little bit more blind fire, giving me just enough time to come around here. And I mean, that was the lower plate of a Leclerc, and I still went through because of the decay mechanism. And there, that's the side of the XM that's easy. Like, especially the rear engine bay is pretty easy to pen. There you can see a full HP Wilk losing to a Sphinx, because balance. And here I'm on 15 kills, so I already have the steel sword. And I'm on 38k damage. I smoked, but the Sphinx still hit me. But in revenge I got the Sphinx as well. So yeah, here I don't have smoke ready. So I kind of don't want to risk it. Like, I try and poke quickly for the MGM, as he was like a one shot. There I smoke to conceal myself from the Type 10, and just keep on firing into the engine. And here I know the K2 is spotting. As well as Samurai that's also gonna come there. So I smoke, I think. No, I don't. But I will put my smoke screen up. And then I just shoot from cover. Only thing you have to be aware of with the Gau is the fact that the shells are actually pretty easy to see. No, so there the smoke ran out and I got finished off by the Sphinx. The Sphinx seemed to be a pretty good player. He countered me pretty well. But yeah, that was the game. Let's jump into the results. And here we are on the results screen. As we looked at earlier, the Steel Sword, 15 to 19 enemies finished off, and Scout's Crest, meaning a third of the enemy's combined hit points in spalling damage. Funny thing is though, there was another guy as well that did a third, so that's pretty much me and that other guy that did all the spalling for our team. And the enemy Sphinx, of course, got a scouting medal as well. So yeah, managed to do 44k damage, almost 45. Didn't really cap a lot, but I did do a lot of my damage around the cap points, meaning that my team actually managed to cap a significant amount. As you can see, the raid's still going on. Managed to finish off 2 raid missions in one go. Wonder what this achievement is. That was also my 25th random battle win, obviously. That's weird though, because it wasn't a random battle, it was a Glops. Anyways, back to the results. Yeah, so here we are, the team results. As you can see, I got the number 1 spot. Very surprising, of course. I mean, this is like this is not a type of game that I always have. Like this is a special game, definitely. Damage wise, like 44k. I usually get like half of that. And spotting, of course, with a large amount of kills adds up to a very high base experience. That's pretty much the same base experience you get for a heroics run. Yeah, poor Morva man had a pretty bad game in his Gau, actually. Had a very bad first few minutes. Was kind of unlucky with getting focused and everything. But even still, like 15k damage is not a bad score whatsoever. Like, it's still better than pretty much the entire enemy team, but that was because, yeah, they just got slaughtered before they could do anything, really. So yeah, that's how I got my mastery flags on my Gau. Didn't even really try. And believe me, like, I have try-harded a lot of tanks trying to get these mastery flags, but it's just, it's a little bit annoying because it's not based on damage. Like World of Tanks, for example, it would be your gun marks are based on average damage, which is pretty okay for me, because I tend to be able to do a lot of damage. It's just like getting those medals, especially getting multiple ones, that's a little bit more tricky in my opinion. So like people that have these flags are actually, like they are actually skilled. It's pretty much impossible to do it without any sort of skill involved, to be honest. Like even if you play like one of the most OP tanks like these, like I've had to play, I guess, like multiple tens if not hundreds of battles before I actually got some flags. And this is actually my first tier 10 tank as well that got these mastery flags. But yeah, I think the mastery flags are a pretty nice addition to the game. Gives a little bit more recognition to those that actually play very well. And like I think it's pretty fun visually as well. Fits nice with the American flags in my opinion. But yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching. Hope you find this enjoyable. If you find it fun, or if you want to see more content like this, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.